The best arrangement is actually for the government to consult the opposition and come up with a compromise, independent choice. That means a non-partisan choice. So the government will consult the opposition and both agree on one particular candidate without having to go through balloting. That would be the best arrangement.
Without balloting.
Yeah, without balloting. See, the British parliamentary system stipulated that you should go through secret balloting because otherwise the speaker, after he is elected, dia akan pilih kasih because you know who voted for him and who didn't vote for him.
Yeah.
Therefore, you have to go through secret balloting. But for the government, if it has to go through secret balloting and if there is a choice between the government and the opposition candidate, and what if accident happened, some government MPs voted for the opposition candidate, the government will be embarrassed. Okay, therefore, by convention, the government should consult the opposition and choose a candidate that is acceptable by both sides. Of course, the British Parliament has a different tradition in the sense that party doesn't matter. That means to the British Parliament, you are a speaker and you can be from the opposition. It doesn't matter. The MPs actually choose the person. Whereas in Australia, in India, party does matter. Usually, it's still someone who is acceptable to both sides. But consultation is the key word. Consultation is the key word. The problem with the Malaysian system is that there's no Barisan Nasional is still governing as if this is a one-party state. The government doesn't want to recognize that the opposition is actually an opposition pact. Doesn't want to allow the opposition to use a common logo. Doesn't want to register the opposition, and doesn't want to consult the opposition as a legitimate force with more than half of the votes that the government doesn't have. So I think the key to parliamentary democracy is that we should have consultation. We should agree on ground rules, and we debate on substantive issues. We are now not only not debating substantive issues, we argue over processes because the processes are not fair. So I think that is what we have to do.
And we have also named a candidate for
Yeah.
speaker.
Yeah.
Is it the first time for the opposition to have named
The opposition has named deputy speaker, if I'm not wrong. This part you can cut. Huh? Tan Seng Yao, yeah. This time, this part you can cut off. The opposition has named Tan Seng Yao as the candidate for deputy speaker. But if I'm not wrong, this is the first time we name a candidate for speaker. Now, the Malaysian Parliament is different from other British parliamentary system in the sense that we allow a non-MP to be speaker. In other British Parliament, all speaker has to be a member of Parliament. Now, why did that happen? Because in 1982, when Mahathir first came into power, Mahathir was afraid of any sabotage from within UMNO's rank. And therefore, Mahathir chose Tun Zahir, who was a former judge. And in order for him to be the Speaker of the House, rules were amended to accommodate a non-MP to be the Speaker. So we have that leeway in the sense that the government is allowed to choose from among anyone to be the Speaker. He doesn't have to be an MP. And that actually provides a wider room for consultation. I think that in these current circumstances, it's actually good for both sides because then the government can choose from anyone that the opposition can agree upon. Any former judges can be named. It doesn't have to be this person. If the government name another person which is acceptable, I think it's possible, but the key is that the government has to see the opposition as a legitimate opponent. We are of the opinion that there should be a non-partisan person chairing this parliament. We are coming to a stage where we actually represent the majority of the Malaysian people. We think that we represent 51% of the people. The vote shows that, except that because the system is distorted, we don't win the seats, or there are problems there are flaws and frauds in the whole system. We did not win majority of the seat, but any government would have to recognize that we represent the majority of the people, and in order to create a parliament that is healthy for everyone, that is healthy for both sides, we think that the government should consult us and provide a non-partisan candidate. Now, the government refuses to do so, so we are providing our non-partisan candidate in the hope that members from the government will also accept this non-partisan candidate. This person is non-partisan. He was a former judge. He's a former judge. He doesn't have a record of supporting the opposition, but he's prepared to put his name forward as a candidate. And we are hoping that actually the government withdraws its candidate. If the government withdraws its candidate, then you have one single candidate acceptable to both sides. We are not asking for anyone from among our rank to be a candidate. Although deputy speaker is a different scenario, where we are proposing that one of the two deputy speakers should come from Pakatan. And that's the arrangement in Australia. You have one from each side. You have one from each side, and we are saying that yeah, we should have one from our side. The key is fairness. The key is to recognize that the House is a place for fair play. Recognizing that there are differences in strength, but yet fair play in the processes is important. We should fight over substantive issues, but not over processes.